Okay, so we're here in Manchester, Great Manchester Run tomorrow, and joining me, two of Britain's most respected long-distance female athletes, Jo Pavey, last year's Commonwealth gold medalist and European champion, and Gemma Steel, again one of Britain's most exciting young long-distance athletes. And Jo, tomorrow we see the return of you after 7 months out of action. Does that mean training's been tough for you? What kind of challenge is it to return after that period of time?
Yeah, I'm really excited just to be getting back out there racing. You know, I haven't raced since last summer, and it's a real bonus to still be making race plans. You know, I thought I'd be retired last year. I was thinking, oh, that would be definitely my last year. So to be getting out there, being able to do exciting events like this, you know, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I've had a bit of disruption with illness over the last few weeks, but fine now, haven't had any injuries, and you know, I love this event. It's a great course, a great atmosphere. The people of Manchester really get behind it, and it's always a competitive field, and I'm just really excited to get out there and, you know, soak up the atmosphere and race as hard as I can, really.
Yeah, it's a great concept, and I know some of the athletes really enjoy having the crowd very close to them here in the city of Manchester. Do you feel that, knowing your experience and your capabilities, that was part of your reason for focusing on the Olympics and missing out on the Worlds, because you know that you can just focus and peaking in the Olympic Games?
Yeah, I mean, Rio is such a massive target for me. I'm not complacent about it. It is going to be difficult to get in that Olympic team. You know, it's not really easy. There's a lot of talented girls in the country, and I'm getting older, but the last few months have made me feel that it might be a bit more realistic, because last year, you know, went better than I would have expected. So I'm still keen on trying to get in that Olympic team, and I think it's just the decision's right to try and make that my main goal so I don't jeopardise that, but also, you know, being a busy mum with 2 young children, just getting the balance right, because last year was all so consumed with championship running, and then to do that again this year, and then if I do get in the team for Rio, to do that again for the next summer, it doesn't feel like the right balance for us as a family. But it doesn't mean I won't be out there sort of racing regularly. I want to do a mixture of road and track, and I'm really very much looking forward to carrying on racing. I'm still really enjoying it. I was just saying, getting out there, saying earlier, it's exciting to see people like Gemma running really well, because I'm getting towards the later years of my career, and to see talented athletes like Gemma coming through, who's so awesomely talented, that's exciting for me, because I want the, you know, sport in Britain to have a bright future, and it's great to see Gemma running so well.
And coming towards the end of your career, it's great that you can balance those two things, having a family and also being able to do what you love and to run. And turning to you, Gemma, really another athlete who, I think what people really like about you is your professional attitude and how you seem to go out there and really enjoy your running. How are you feeling going into 2015, the outdoor season?
Yeah, I'm just feeling relaxed and just confident after my cross-country season, and just, yeah, I've used it as a springboard really, just to target the road season in the new year, and yeah.
Yeah, as you say, you represented GB at the World Cross Country Championships in Guiyang in China.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? How's it over there?
Yeah, it was a different experience. It was like quite, surreal really, to be put in that environment with different factors involved, like altitude, and, you know, in with the juniors as well, because I missed out as a junior, and it was nice to get this team spirit from the junior athletes.
Yeah, were you with people like Rona Auckland and Johnny Hay, who are
with Rona and
some up-and-coming athletes who won university titles last weekend, and might be interesting for you to be seen as a role model for the likes of them, able to give them advice.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to think, yeah, they probably looked up to me a little bit for advice, and Rona seemed to use me as a bit of an example, so that was nice. And yeah, because I also look up to them in the same way they look up to me, so yeah.
Yeah, well,
nice.
You came into athletics quite late, at the age of 19 you sort of started, so that means you've kind of had to learn fast and learn off people indeed like Jo.
Yeah, I've had to do it the other way around really, and just go straight in at the seniors rather than work through the junior ranks, so I've gone in the deep end a little bit and just had to work my way through the senior ranks, but yeah, I've got there, done it a bit of the hard way really, but yeah, I think it's made me the athlete I am today really, and probably benefited me in the long run hopefully, and like getting better with age hopefully.
Yeah, it's great to see, certainly, and Jo's an athlete that's got better with age, and you being a role model is probably something that you're used to. Do athletes come to you for advice? For example, I know Jess Ennis has just come back from having a child, as Greg Rutherford. Your two children are growing up quite fast. I'm sure. Do you ever act as a role model sometimes?
Well, I'm really flattered if people would suggest that I'd be a role model. People have been so kind after I won the champs last year, saying that it's inspired them to get fit when they're old like me or a busy parent, but all things like that, I find really flattering, and it's nice just being on the team. Like the champs last year, the team was probably the youngest team I'd ever been on, even though I was the oldest I'd ever been, and have a bit of banter, they call me Granny and that, and they are role models for me, the same, like what Gemma was saying, because their sort of enthusiasm and their professionalism, and they're sort of new to it, and they're just buzzing with that enthusiasm, and that's a really great thing for me to be part of, and the team is just a brilliant thing to be part of, and that keeps me going as well.
Well, because Joe, one thing people might say is once you've achieved last year's successes, people might say, well, some might step down and say, well, that's a great high point to end on. Then again, you hear it from athletes, from musicians, from politicians. Why stop when you love what you're doing and you're still able to do it? Is that the sort of motto that you live by?
Yeah, definitely. I'm still really enjoying it, and I still got goals I want to achieve. And I think last year I was very shocked to finally get a gold medal. I'd never got one before, but I think that taught me a lot, because I think I was at a stage where I had that balance in my life. I felt really happy with my life, support for husband, 2 lovely little children, and I think if you're happy in your life, it can lead you to achieve sort of things you didn't think were possible, really, and it taught me a lot, definitely.
And yeah, a lot to learn and a lot to teach. Gemma, what does 2015 lie ahead for Gemma Steel?
Just basically going out to America and racing the Kenyans on their top Kenyans out in America and in the road races again, and building on my confidence, and doing events like the Great North Run again and things like that. Just building gradually, looking maybe towards marathon, but not actually. Just finding my feet, literally.
Because last time we caught up with you, you said it's just great to be a British athlete who's competing with some of Africa's best, really.
Yeah, never something I never thought I would do, really. From where background I've come from, it's quite surreal to be mixing it with the top Africans. So it's all good stepping stones.
Well, I think you're both very humble in the way that you are role models for young athletes. People love cheering you on, and it is great to see you run. And continue running, in your case, Joe, and concentrating on the Olympics. And we wish you all the best success for tomorrow and for next year.
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much. Nice chatting to you.